This is my second foray into the Ali Abdaal 7-video challenge. And I'm still not quite there as far as feeling comfortable doing this. There's still a certain amount of inertia, but now I'm in video number 2 and I'm going to do the best I can with it. This video is supposed to be about my passion, the topics that prompted me to start the YouTube channel, the Third Act Journey channel that you're watching right now. And I'll have to start off by saying that my prime work right now, again, is for those 50 plus, and it's dealing with optimizing the healthcare experience. In fact, the first book that I'm writing, it'll be a short book, will be about AI-empowered healthcare. Now, recently, OpenAI and also Anthropic came out with their versions of AI tools related to management of healthcare. And certainly with an older population, there's more chronic disease to manage. So I'm going to start researching, testing each platform, and then come up with results, which I'll share in the book. I think it's important that um, it should be realized that this is all about shared decision making. In other words, it's not about trying to inform or make guarantees to patients, but rather to provide questions that they could ask their doctors during a clinic visit. And this is now commonly referred to as shared decision making. My physician right now, he uses DAX Copilot, which is a Nuance product, and I'll be getting his feedback about his experience, as well as talking to other people who are using these tools as patients, including myself, to understand where they're useful and where they don't work as well as they should. So I'm very excited about this, and this is, like I say, my current project, and I hope people will be interested in reading this book, which I will be making available shortly as an announcement on this YouTube channel. Second topic also is important, actually for all ages, but especially for those 50 plus, is the topic of longevity. Now, there's a lot being said these days about practices and supplements in order to promote a healthy, what's called a health span, which is something different from a lifespan. It's about maintaining your health throughout your lifespan, somehow preventing disease either through behavior modification, diet, exercise, etc., etc. I have several books that I've been reading on the subject, but I have to be very careful about which claims have been substantiated, and I have to be careful about my take on what I would not necessarily recommend, but what people should be asking their doctors about. The next topic number 3, if you will, is about lifelong learning, which is very important both for mind and brain health. Now, I recently had my annual wellness visit with my doctor where I had to memorize, now it's 3 words. It used to be 5 words and 4 words, now 3 words. This was last month, and the words were Captain Garden Picture. And then I spoke with the nurse, and she asked me to say back what these 3 words she gave me, and I did it correctly, obviously. And then the well-known clock diagram, where you have to draw a clock, and then you have to indicate with long and shorthands a certain time. In my case, it was 10 after 5. So this went all right. Very simple task for someone like myself, I have to say. But it could indicate beginnings of dementia for some patients. So it's meant as a screening modality for all people. And it's recommended that you do this wellness clinic visit every 11 months. And certainly there's a bonus in that I'm compensated by my insurer for a small amount to have these uh, clinic visits performed. So, as far as the lifelong learning is concerned, it's also about enjoying hobbies and games and things that challenge your mind. It could be crosswords. It could be learning a new musical instrument, learning a new language. And the more difficult the thing is, the more benefit you will derive, or so I believe. So right now I'm teaching myself to play the piano, and at one point I was wanted to learn Spanish, but there's only so much I could do with my allotted time. So I'll be working with the piano keyboard that I have, and then also I'll be investigating what other activities that older people like myself can engage in order to keep their minds sharp, so to speak. Now, along with this are other pursuits which are entirely about fun and maybe a little bit of health involved also. These involve adventures, being outdoors, being in nature, cooking, socializing, um, cultural activities, reading books, watching films, doing reviews. In fact, I'll be doing a review of the Ali Abdaal book in a future video. The book Feel Good Productivity, which I highly recommend. So you'll want to watch that video. But it's about enriching your life, keeping you engaged, and you really have to have a plan. You have to have the discipline to make sure that you're doing these things. So it's very important to schedule your time, and I'll talk about that next. The next thing is about time and energy management to make sure that you're using your time and also your energy to its best effect. And again, the Feel Good Productivity book makes some excellent suggestions in this regard. And it's worth reading this book to get some ideas on how to stay on track about doing these activities. So finally, as I do with all my videos, I'm going to end with a quote. And this one, I'll tell you up front, I don't really subscribe to, but I'm giving it to you anyway because it's an interesting topic of discussion. It's from Jeff Bezos, and it's about regret minimization. And he says something to the effect, I'm paraphrasing him, when I'm 80 and reflecting back, I want to have minimized the number of regrets that I have in my life. Now, for me, it's not about trying to do as much as you can or try to explore as much as you can, but it's more about the quality of your experiences rather than the quantity. So this takes some thought and some careful consideration about, again, how you use your time and energy. So while Jeff might see this as something important, I take a slightly different view, which I just expressed. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you subscribe to the channel, and I hope you see where I'm going. I certainly want to inspire people 50 plus and people of all ages who consider this information valuable.